So guys, today we make beer at home, homemade beer, following a recipe that I already posted years ago. At that time I was in Thailand. Instead of barley malt, I have used rice malt, homemade, so the alcohol content was very low. Today I redoing this recipe to check if it's really perfect, and also because I will make a comparison with another technique, the traditional way, that is already, like you can see, on the stove. So at the end of the video I will make the comparison, but you will see both the recipe here on the channel. Don't worry about the ingredient, I will write on the video every time that I use it. Under the video you can find the list, and also on my website you can find the written recipe. Here, in 5.5 liters of water, we will add the juice of half lemon. In this way the pH will drop a little bit and the sugar will be easy to collect from our grain, like Mirko advised in another video. Here we have 1.6 kilogram of Pilsner malt. Now I put the pot on the stove. When we reach 45 Celsius degree, we add the grain, we turn off the stove, and we should wait 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we on again our stove and we should reach the temperature of 52 Celsius degree. After we off the stove, stir a little bit, cover, and we should wait other 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we on again our stove and we should reach the temperature of 63 Celsius degree. Reach this temperature, we switch off our stove, we stir a little bit, we cover, and we should wait 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, we turn on the stove again and we should reach the temperature of 77 Celsius degree. In this other pot I put 3.5 liters of water and we should reach the temperature of 78 Celsius degree, because after, with this water, we will wash our grain to collect all the sugar. Waited in 10 minutes, I teach you a trick to filter your beer. You can use the fermenter because the grain will filter the beer. If you open the tap, the beer will go out little by little. The first one will be a little bit foggy, but if you put again inside, the grain will filter it. Plus, you can add something in front of the tap. I put 2 cheese baskets, but up to you. You can put a filter or a colander, up to you. We put all the wash with the grain inside here, better if you do in the basin, and after, when you have collect all your first part of the beer, with the other water at 78 Celsius degree, we wash our grain to collect all the sugar. Now we should open our beer. I will use in total 20 grams of hops. I will use Styrian Dana, very bitter, so the final beer will be like IPA. But up to you, if you want less bitter, you can use different hops or put less of this kind of hop. You need to find your best recipe according to your taste. When start boiling, we add 15 grams. After 50 minutes, we add the other 5 grams. Plus, like you can see in this fermenter, there is another beer. It's the same recipe with different technique, because here I use the traditional techniques. At the end of this video, I will make the comparison. Now we drop the temperature faster than we can, and after we filter our beer directly in the fermenter. Before we check the original gravity, I will add 100 grams of brown sugar, following the same recipe of the traditional technique. But if you prefer, you can use honey, classic sugar, or you can skip it, up to you. Original gravity 1050, much better the original gravity of the traditional way to make the beer, because that one was 1030. But also I think now there is less water, so we will see at the end. Now we add 1 teaspoon of brewing yeast. After, I will close my fermenter with the lid. On the top of the lid there is the airlock. When the fermentation starts, I will update you. After 48 hours the fermentation slows down, so we can add some nutrition to our yeast, according with Edavan, that give us this advice and also suggest us how you can make it at home, this kind of nutrition. I post already a short about it. This one is a baking yeast, boiled, the one for baking bread. He say 1 teaspoon per 5 liters of beer. Here we have 5-6 liters, so we can put 1 spoon enough. At the end I put 3 teaspoons because it's quite liquid. Before it was on the bottle, and after doing the video everything was mixed. You keep like this until the end of the fermentation. If you are doing like a hydromel, other fruit wine, when there is not many nutritions, you can do the same things after other 2 days. But for the beer it's okay like that. Sorry if I am a little bit dirty, but I painting my house outside. This is why also this week I will not able to post any video. Usually you cannot see my video because of YouTube. This time is my fault, sorry. See you at the end of the fermentation. After 8 days, the fermentation is concluded, so we can put our beer in the bottles, but before we want to check the final gravity. In this way we can know the alcohol content. Final gravity 1004. If you remember, the original gravity was 1050, the difference is 46, divided by the coefficient, that is 7.5. At the moment the alcohol content is 6.1%. Now we add the sugar for the refermentation in the bottle, so the final alcohol content will be 6.6, a little bit higher compared to the traditional recipe. How much sugar you should add in the bottles? I will add 10 grams per liter, because for me it's very easy. But please don't put more than 10 grams per liter. You can use 8 grams per liter, 6 grams per liter. I do 10 grams because my bottles are 500 ml, so 5 grams is perfect. These bags are 5 grams, so try to organize yourself how is better for you. Now we collect the yeast. You can store your yeast for at least 6 months if you use in a glass jar like this and store in the fridge. When you need, you take 1, 2 spoons, 3 spoons, and you can make the future fermentation using this yeast. But remember to write from what kind of fermentation you collected, because the yeast and the ingredient that you use in that beer can influence the taste of the future beer. From these ingredients, finally I made 6 liters of beer. Now we should wait 2 weeks for the fermentation in the bottles, and after we can taste it. I can say already to you that compared to the traditional recipe, this is more alcoholic, and also the foam is more persistent. But we will compare them in 2 weeks. So see you soon. Smell and foam spectacular, but who already watched the other video about this beer know that I already tested them a few days ago, but now I do again the official one. Mamma mia, really spectacular. Yeah, let's do a little bit of comparison. So if you put them together, the color is similar, but this one is a little bit less dark, this is more dark. And something that I noticed, that the foam of the perfect recipe have big bubbles, the bubbles are small, so the foam is more thick. Plus the color, this one is a little bit darker, and the gap between the original gravity and the final gravity is similar, because for the traditional was 36 and for the perfect recipe this one was 46. Also, if this one at the beginning was 1050, so at the end the yeast can only reach 1004, but for this one was 1030 and the yeast can reach 996. So very similar gap, also if the beginning was different at the end also. So at the end they are really similar. If you are already subscribed to the channel, maybe you try already both of them, so let us know which one is better. If you are not subscribed yet, remember to subscribe to the channel, to leave me a like, to watch and share this video with your friends. And also you can try this recipe. You can find both of them here on the channel. If you have some other advice, let us know. And plus I will try some other experiment. So stay tuned, because I will show you other ingredients to make the beer. Bye bye! Also the smell is spectacular.